Gonna start this off. Welcome to the show.
It's not bunch of fucking bullshit. It's not
Shut up!
I hate you so much.
Shut the fuck up, Donnie.
Dude, I fucking hate that.
Look at them yo-yos. That's the
Okay,
way you do it.
welcome to
Play the guitar on the MTV.
Tom Learns
That ain't working.
the
That's
same
the way you do it. Money
life lesson
for
over and over
the
again.
tricks free.
The lesson is be prepared. I don't know. Okay, what's going on? This is the most hack recording sesh of things I hate in my whole life. I'm in beautiful Colorado. Okay. Jesus, just saw a skull I didn't notice before. I'm in beautiful Colorado. I'm at Caitlin's aunt and uncle's house where we are spending the holidays. So shouts out to the Tans and their beautiful home. This is their backdrop. From the back porch is what they look out on. And if you can tell, excuse me, I'm kind of whispering because I'm outside and it is 7:35. Gotta get up early. So this might be like a bit of an ASMR episode, you know? Just because I'm not trying to wake anybody up. There's like fucking people coming out of their doors right now over my right shoulder. You know, I'm in the suburbs. I'm sure I'm getting all kinds of weird look. I forgot my stand. My phone is sitting on some kind of planter or barrel that I found, you know, outside. And yeah, it's fucking hack recording, but I thought the backdrop would be sick. My phone could get knocked over by a light breeze, you know what I mean? So it's Hack City here today. And all this happened because oh my god. All this happened because I had a huge bank of episodes and I blew through it in November because I wasn't recording episodes each week like I said I would. Dirty slut. Anyway, I'm here, I'm queer, and I'm ready to steer the things I hate ship. So let's get into it. I guess the last piece is I'm recording this December 22nd. There will be no episode today. Today's a Sunday because I just told you I blew through my banks. And also because it's Christmas. So, you know, taking it as a minute to have a break and then record this for next Sunday. Fuck, man. The post-nasal drip in Colorado is so real. You get out here, I don't know what it is. The dryness, the climate. Dude, you get so many boogers and it's just your nose is stuffed and the dry, like, I don't know why dryness equates to more boogers. You know, you'd think it would equate to less, but just, you know, phlegm, my runny nose, just going, it's nasty, dude. It's fucking gross, you know, but Anyway, we're here. Let's get into it. I'm stoked for this. Things I hate 70, you know. Multiple of 10, pretty good. You know what I mean? Lucky number 7, pretty good. I feel like I could do... It's too bad. Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm so sorry. Oh, God, sorry. Hold on. Jesus Christ, I almost fucking threw up. Just trying to get this fucking phlegm out of my throat. Sorry, trying to swear less. It's wild out here today, man. Okay. It's brutal. All right, what do we got? Oh, fucking Jesus. Okay. Overwhelmed. Okay. You know, in my continuing effort to try to tighten up things I hate, right? I'm starting to categorize the notes pre-show, and I got a couple that fall under the overwhelmed category. Okay, and what does that mean? I just get overwhelmed, you know. I'm writing a joke about this now, but it's like get overwhelmed in, you know. I feel like situations where people shouldn't be or should be overwhelmed, I am not. And situations where people should not be overwhelmed, I am, you know? Like, I don't know. I haven't had that many, like, crisis situations. But I'm trying to think of one. I don't know. Getting stuck in the snowbank or something, you know? No sweat. You fucking dig it out. A lot of people are like tweaking, you know. I know that's pretty minimal, but it's like, I don't know. So like shit like that doesn't bother me. But I remember as a kid, I was in the doctor's office, and they were like, I forget what I was there for, but they were like, on a scale of 1 to 10, how bad is your pain? And I remember being like, they were like 1 being the least pain you ever had and 10 being the most brutal pain ever. And I just remember being like, I can't answer that, you know? Like, I was like, I had so many questions about the scale. And then also it's like, what fucking data pool as a kid do I had to pull from? You know, I was like, I don't know. Like, I've never been hurt that bad. How the fuck am I supposed to answer that question? You know what I mean? The worst pain I can imagine is like, as a fucking 10-year-old is like, you know, getting a canker sore. You know what I mean? Like, I haven't been in battle. I haven't been on fire. You know, the doctor's like, worst pain you can imagine. And I was like, I can imagine a lot of sorts of shit, but I've never experienced it. How the fuck am I supposed to know where this pain falls? So, and all this was just a question of like, you know, how are you feeling? And I was like, the scale that you're giving me to answer your question is freaking me out, you know? So it's just insane. And then another time, you know, whatever, I have short temper, or like I'm emotional, sensitive, whatever, you know. And I put this here instead, yeah. So like a note I have to myself is like, you always gotta stay calm during interactions with people, right? You gotta, I can't get too frustrated, you know. Happened at work where this guy, my colleague, my buddy, but he was pissing me off, and I freaked. I was like, you fucking arrogant prick, you know, like I went off. And it's like, you gotta lock it up. Even if you're getting angry, you gotta calm down. You gotta stay in control, right? That's a note I have to myself. That's what I try to do. Great. Yeah, so it's a note I have to myself, you know. I wanna make sure I'm still in control. And I was like, wow, if I can do that, and I can sometimes, you know, but if I can, that's amazing for me, Tom Murphy, because I lose my shit at inanimate objects, right? I take inanimate objects personally, you know, like I'm sure you guys can relate. You know, a door doesn't close properly, and you're like, what's your fucking problem, door? You know, what's your fucking deal? Or like, there's something, you knock something over, and you're like, are you fucking asshole? Or like something doesn't work properly, and you're like, you fucking piece of shit. Like the hand soap pump gets stuck, and you're like, just fucking pump. Like, and I find myself often talking to inanimate objects like they have consciousness, and I'm like, the question I keep asking them is, why are you doing this to me? Which says, you know, a lot about my psychology. Because I'm looking at an inanimate object and going, why are you making a victim out of me? You know, soap dispenser, door, stuck window, you know, condiment that's not properly dispensing. You know what I mean? So, you know, I just notice that I get overwhelmed a lot. And it's like, somebody asked me just to explain to them how I'm feeling, and I'm like, your metrics for that question are unsustainable, you know? And it's like, oh, Tom, remember to stay calm during interactions with people. It's like, well, I think I'm being victimized by the objects around me, you know? So it's like, what fucking chance do I have staying calm with people? Insane. Solo podcast, ultimate hack, because no guests. Okay. Tom, why do you do a solo podcast? Look, honestly, it's because I love to talk about myself, you know? The whole show is about me and my thoughts. It's great. I fucking love it, you know? And nobody in your life is going to let you sit down and talk to them for an hour just about you. And, you know, they say nothing. Trust me, I've tried. Everybody gets pissed off, okay? Everybody gets pissed off. I will out myself. I will come clean. I used to think that's what girlfriends are for, right? That's a common male. There's an empty can. That's a common, I don't know, not misconception. That's too like gentle of a word. Sorry. So yeah, that's a common male, I don't know what you call it. Yeah, male negative thing, male prejudice. I guess misconception, but it's like stronger than that. Like, anyway, fucking nice guys. Other not just nice guys. Like there's this thing, and it's like the girlfriend needs to be the therapist, sexual partner, best friend, like co-parent, like kind of life partner, like for admin, you know. That's a lot of shit on one person. I mean, same the other way for the dude for a lot of those, right? Sexual partner, parent, but like not therapist, because girls can talk about their feelings to their friends, you know. As much as like we all kind of say it's not true, it's still true that it's hard for guys to discuss like uncomfortable topics, you know. Like, what's an example? I mean, like, dude, if I had a gay thought, like, I thought I was gay in high school for a bit, or I thought maybe, I did not talk to my guy friends about that, you know what I mean? I still now, if I turned out to be gay tomorrow, I would have a really hard time, you know, telling my close guy friends about it. It wouldn't be easy. I'm sure they would be great and loving and supportive, but it would be difficult. So, I don't know, that's like an easy one. What's a better one? Like, I don't know, even like if you're, sorry, this fucking dog, the sound, I know it was gonna be shit. Like, what's a better one? It's like, even if you're, if you like had a kid and you were like, you like didn't like them, or you had like postpartum depression, but like as a dude, I don't know if that's a thing, but if for whatever reason like you were like, oh, like I hate my kid, or like my kid's pissing me off, like I think I would have a hard time saying that to my guy friends too. I think there's like a real, there's like a taboo, there's like a lot of taboos around male conversations. It's like you can't, you know, you can't, you know, I don't know, like, I would never, you know, I would never want to talk shit about my partner to my guy friends. And I don't mean that, like, derogatively, but it's like, I feel like women can go and be like, oh, like, my husband or my boyfriend's really pissing me off, like, he's doing this. And, like, if I do that with my guy friends, to me, it feels like a breach of trust. It feels like old boomer shit where we're like, oh, fuck our wives, fuck our girlfriends. It just doesn't feel good. So I try to avoid it. If they talk to me about how their girlfriend is pissing me off, like, I feel weird. So it's like, there's not, like, it's not that safe of a space. You know, you can't, that meme where it's like, we listen, we don't judge. It's like, I feel like dudes are actually judging a lot, you know. Anyway, oh fuck, I'm worried about the sound. We got the fucking dog barking, we got the airplane. Anyway, where was I going with this? Oh yeah, so yeah, there's just a lot of taboos around male conversations, you know. And it's like, if you're sad too or depressed, like, don't get me wrong, my friends will help me out, but it's like, it just feels weird. It feels awkward if I had to go to them and be like, I'm really depressed, you know. Like, it wouldn't, like, I don't know, there doesn't feel like when ladies go for, like, brunch and they say, oh, how are you and how are you feeling, and someone goes, I'm really sad, and they talk about it, you know. Like, it doesn't feel like a safe space like that a lot. And I think my friends are pretty great. I just think, you know, as much as we'd like there to be, there's still a lot of, like, guardrails around male conversations. So anyway, all that to say, you know, why do I do this solo podcast? Because I can talk about whatever the fuck I want. I don't have to censor myself based on my guests, which is another thing, you know. If you have a guest on the podcast, like, you want to try to make them have a good time, right? And there's this thing where it's like, the podcast has to be entertaining, you know, so either you or them or both of you feel compelled to, like, be on and be entertaining. And I think that's bullshit, you know. And especially with comics, some comics, like, try to make jokes, and it's just fucking whack. So yeah, I get to talk about myself for an hour. Oh yeah, because you can't do that with people in general, and that's not what girlfriends are for. You know, they're definitely to talk to, but not to talk about only yourself for an hour and have them listen to you and just go, yeah, cool. But and then the last thing is, like, I don't know, some comics might see this. Look, there's nothing more annoying in this world that if you produce a show, like a comedy show, or you have a podcast, there's nothing more annoying than a bunch of hack fucking comics messaging, can I be on your show? Can I be on your podcast? You know? And I was just like, I don't want to talk to many of the comedians around me for 5 minutes, let alone an hour, you know? So I was like, I'm going to do a solo podcast. That way, everybody knows I don't have fucking guests on. Nobody's going to ask me to come on my show. No stupid asshole. I'm going to have to sit here and be like, this local comedian is fucking, you know. I'm going to go on the Montreal comedy scene. You know, if you're, for some reason I have a lot of listeners in Boston. So I don't know. Shouts out to you guys. I want to also give a shout out to anyone who subscribed or followed in the last couple months, especially on YouTube. If you subscribed in the last month on YouTube, I saw you. Shouts out to you. The only reason I'm not giving you a named shout out is to protect your own privacy. But I saw you. Thank you. I had 200 views. Okay, sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. All right. But yeah, if you don't live in Montreal and you're thinking of visiting for the comedy scene, fucking don't. Okay? It's dog shit. It's fucking whack. You know, there's a couple good acts, but, like, it's just lame. Go to New York or go to Toronto. There's some pretty good acts in Toronto. If you want to go to Canada, I don't really know what it's like in Vancouver. I think there's probably a couple good dudes out there, but Toronto, you can definitely catch some good acts for sure. And then obviously New York is on another level. But don't come to Montreal. Don't come here for the comedy. You want to come here for some other, or I'm in Colorado now, but you want to go there for some other shit. Rad. Don't come exclusively for the comedy. You will be disappointed. And if you're not disappointed, don't tell me, because I will judge you for not being disappointed. I think it's fucking trash. But anyway, I gotta shit. But yeah, that's the ultimate. Oh, sorry. I hope I'm not waking anybody up. Oh. That's the ultimate hack, dude. Solo podcast, no guests. That's easy. You know what I mean? That's easy. I don't want to talk about that. That's dumb. Oh, I always wanted to be the guy who quietly does good, but I can't keep quiet. I always wanted to be that guy in the movie, where like, I'm sorry. I wanted to be that guy in the movie, or like, at his eulogy, where you find out he gave like $100,000 to fucking charity or something. Like every year he would shovel the driveway of the orphanage for free, and then he would make them all sandwiches from tomatoes he grew in his backyard, and he would put gold under their pillows so that they could live. And he would make them fresh juice and goat milk from his farm. And then he would go to the Cancer Research Foundation and give them all back rubs, And it would all be done in secret, right? No one would ever know. Maybe I'd give the back rubs with a mask so that they'd be like, man, who's this guy with magic hands? He's fucking crushing these back rubs. We'll never know his identity, and he'll never tell us. And it only comes out at my funeral. Oh my God, God, Tom was the back rub gold tomato orphanage guy, man. That guy was, what a selfless human, I always wanted to be that guy, but a key component of being that guy is you can't tell people about the good deeds that you're doing, which I fail at every time, Every time I do something nice, I go to either the person I did it for or somebody else who would have relevant context, and I'm like, check out that shit. Did you see that? I did that nice thing for you, So, I don't know what that is, narcissism. I don't know what the hell you call that, but that's me, dude. Every time I go, I did that shit, One thing I do that's secret that I'll blow up now, just to keep my record consistent. I donate to Wikipedia every month. It's like $3, Wikipedia or something I fucking believe in, legit. But anyway, that was my last shot at the secret funeral news. So, c'est la vie. Oh, yeah. Speaking of dudes, every time I try to treat my male friends as adults, I get called gay. Every time. Schmaltz, my dog, he's back in Montreal. He's in Ottawa. He, I flew out here. I can't take him with me, so I had to arrange for care. And he was staying with my parents for most of the holidays. But he's also going to stay with my friend Dickie, who's actually been on this show, If You're Things I Hate Head. I believe it's episode 7. He's going to stay with Dickie because my parents were leaving to go to Tromla for a couple days. So during that space, he was going to stay with Dickie and then another friend of mine, Lennox. So I put all of them in an email together and explained the plan, blah, blah, blah. Gave all the resources, phone numbers, whatever. pretty regular shit, right? Pretty adult shit. I had to plan for my dog, giving you the necessary phone numbers, regular, put it all in an email. I don't usually email Dickie, right? Because we're boys, I text him or whatever. But this makes sense for the context. As a group of adults, this made sense. So I send this out. I get an email back from him almost instantly. I think, oh, wow, that's so nice. He's confirming or whatever. It says, if you're reading this, you're gay. Another time, I was talking to my cousins, and my cousin's in New York, and I go, I'll come down to New York, maybe do some shows. And he goes, you think you can get me tickets? And I go, oh, you don't really understand. It's not like that. I'm still pretty new, like, it's like, all the shows that I would do would be like, the tickets would be like $10, like max 20, you know what I mean? So it's like, dog. 2, all the shows that I do would have, are like begging to get people in, so it's like, it's not like I can, if I comp you tickets, it's like 20% of the revenue. You know what I mean? Like, it's and 3, it's like, what's the third point? It's like, yeah, I don't have that kind of weight, dog. Like, it's not that situation. It's not like I'm, selling out the fucking, was it Times Square? No, Madison Square Garden, right? I'm not selling out Madison Square Garden and could get you back to, like, that's not the vibe. It's like, it's going to be in a bar with like 10, 20 people if we're lucky. You know what I mean? Like, the producer is like probably on fucking food stamps and needs all the money he can get from the show. It's like, dog, and like, I don't know anyone in New York. I'm not going to go into a new scene and be like, yo, I know we're all struggling to pay rent and put food in our mouths, but like, can you comp me these 2 $5 tickets so my shithead cousin can get into this dive bar for free and watch a bunch of idiots talk about their scrotums? You know what I mean? Like, dog. So I explained this politely. And I get back, I go, yeah, like, I explain all that, and then he goes, fuck, that's gay. That's pussy shit, man. It's like, great, dude. I almost lost my shit at that. Another time, for Dickie, too, for Dickie's bachelor party, he got married in the summer. This guy, he was organizing the bachelor party. Huge undertaking, right? It was like probably like 30 guys planning the hotel. Anytime he messaged in the group chat, like, hey guys, remember to pay me, like shit like that. About 3, 4, 5 messages. Fuck you, you're gay. I'm not paying you, fuck you. Just like, yo, dog, I'm 33, but I guess you never want to stop that, homophobia never gets old, I suppose. I don't know, don't cancel me for that one, you know what I mean? Polly Rex from D&D. Oh. So if you guys don't know, Dungeons & Dragons is like, there's a lot of queer people in the scene because there's like a crossover of D&D and like theater kids, right? And theater kids are all over the map. Theater kids are one of the fucking horniest group of people I've ever encountered. I was in a play once and just thirst, you'd think it was in a fucking desert how thirsty these people were, you know what I mean? Like, just, like crazy. So anyway, they're like theater kids, like queer, there's a lot of, they're open-minded, so there's a lot of queer kind of shit in the theater scene, and D&D has a lot of influence from the theater scene. So like a lot of people who are into D&D are like LGBTQ plus, you know what I mean? Like, it's a crossover. Anyway, I listen to a lot of D&D shit on Spotify. Because of that, I'm now getting recommended all this queer shit. Like on my recommended, it was like poly life, like how to be a good polyamorous partner, and it was like shit like, like, are you gay? Do you want a thing in your ass? I'm sitting there, I'm like, damn, like I didn't know D&D would put me on track to be so experimental with my sexuality. You know what I mean? I was just trying to pick up a cool sword and fucking kill some goblins. And now all of a sudden I'm getting targeted marketed like butt plugs and lube. It's like, damn. I just wanted to pretend to be Aragorn, and now I'm fucking, I'm in a polycule or whatever. I don't know. So, heads up if you're getting into D&D. And I think it's time. This will be a short one today because I'm cold and, we're in the hack situation. But I think it's time for mean comments, That was pretty funny last time, and I got a couple mean comments we can read. Not too many, actually, which is pretty great. But I did have a few. Okay, so we did that. So yeah, so mean comments. Some fucking guy on YouTube commented about the lamp that's usually in the background. He said that table lamp just screams earwax. It's not that mean. I think he was just kind of trying to participate in the show, but that happened. This was a classic. Another one said, "Oh, hell yeah, another podcast. There definitely needs to be more of these." And then he goes, "Boo to you, infinity, pal." Boo. I say boo. Boo to you. Feels medieval, Put me in the stocks, throw tomatoes at me. Boo. Boo. Anyway, so that happened. I wrote back him a little crying face because, that hurt my feelings. But that was okay. But then, I also got a bunch of really positive comments, from my homie Logan in BC, who's always holding me down. But I also got one from a stranger that said, "You deserve fame." That's nice. That's very nice. Finally, someone recognizes my latent talent, But thank you. I think I deserve fame too. And, if I make a bunch of money, I'll send you some for saying that shit. On God, I will do that. So yeah. I think I'm going to end it there. Love you guys. I'm cold. I brought my coat out, but I did this in my sweater because I thought the coat would look too dumb, Says the guy recording with his phone on a bucket. Anyway, that's it. Things I Hate 70. This will drop in about a week. And love you guys tons. I hope your Christmas is rad. I hope your holidays are great. I hope you see your loved ones and everything is good and you give them hugs and, hope you get laid. Maybe like if you're going, if you're younger and you're going home from college, I hope you fuck all like your old high school friends and you like close the loops on all those relationships that were like, we were awkward in high school, but I thought you were so hot and now we can just fucking bang like on the holidays. Holiday sex, I don't know, it's like, it's good. I don't know why. It's like everyone's cozy and you're like, like we have history, but like I there's no pressure. Like I'm never gonna see you again because I'm going back to fucking my college or whatever the hell, like it's good. So I hope if you're listening and you're in that situation, you're like, I'm home for the holidays, like I'm trying to fuck. I hope you get laid. I hope you get laid across the board. Like I hope you're at your local bar and that fucking hot girl from high school comes in, or that hot dude from high school, and they're like, "What's up?" Like, I hope you get this line. I hope you get, I always had a crush on you in high school. Oh, I hope you get that fucking line, dude. And then you're like, yeah, I always had a crush on you. And then you guys fuck. And it's good. And it's like just the right amount of drunk, not too drunk, not a little bit. I hope you fuck. And I hope you have like a fun fling from it, And maybe it turns into a relationship if you want it to. But I hope it's a fun fling, So I hope that for you guys. I hope you see your families and you give them hugs. I hope you get good presents. I hope you give good presents. I hope everybody likes the gifts that you got them. You know what I mean? I hope you have good food. I want to give a shout out one more time to the Tan family, to Caitlin's aunt and uncle for taking care of me on the holidays. And yeah, I love you guys a ton. Have a great break. Bye.